Hey guys, welcome back to the AZ Forerunner channel. I'm Jason, and tonight, and the next couple nights, I am going to be shooting a new target. It's something I haven't shot before, so I'm kind of excited. And the other thing is that I'm going to be shooting in narrowband, so I'm going to be using a mono setup. The plan is to shoot the Wizard Nebula, NGC7380. It is in the constellation of Sirius. Sirius is a circumpolar constellation, which means the constellation never sets. It kind of just goes around the northern celestial pole. So because of that, I should be able to get 7 or 8 hours worth of data each night. So for this project, I'm aiming for probably, hopefully, about 24 hours of integration, 8 hours on each channel or each filter. So the moon will be out. I think we just had the full moon last night or maybe the night before, so it's going to be pretty bright. But with narrowband, I should be able to image, probably with the exception of 03, which I'll probably do the last night. I should be able to image without running into any types of issues. With that, let's kind of just look at my setup real quick. So I have the 80mm Stellarvue. It has a 80mm aperture, 480mm focal length at f6. So it's a fairly mid-level scope as far as how fast it is. It is the carbon fiber tube that's supposed to help regulate the temperature in the tube a little bit. On top of that, I will have my 60mm Guidescope. As far as the camera setup, I will be running the 183mm Pro, and attached to that I will have a 8-position electronic filter wheel. That filter wheel will have the SHO filters in it. They will be the astronomic filters at 6 nanometers. So yeah, with that, let's get this ball rolling, and hopefully by the end of the third night I'll have an image of the Wizard Nebula. Okay guys, so we're all set up. So this is night 1. So I just wanted to show you real quick on our telescopius. how we're looking and what my framing is what I'm trying for my framing. So if you look over here on the side, you see that NGC7380 is already pretty high up. It'll hit meridian probably around, I think it's around 9:20 when I'll have to do my flip, and then it's going to be pretty high up all through the night. I'll probably image until about 5 o'clock, hopefully. So I should have all that time. So I'm hoping to get like 7 or 8 hours. So let's look at the framing real quick in Telescopius. This is kind of the framing that I was hoping for. A little offset because I think there's a bunch of dust up here, but we'll see. As far as Stellarium goes, if we look in Stellarium, this is where I am. My mount is positioned at right now. This is the Wizard Nebula, so I do have it off to the side a little bit. So that looks pretty good. As far as guiding is concerned, I just started guiding, and right now guiding looks pretty good. So I can't really complain about that either. Everything looks nice and tight, and I am just starting hydrogen alpha. I am going to be taking 12 exposures to start. That should get me right to meridian. I'll do my meridian flip, and then I will edit the plan and get the rest up. But we are about 400 seconds away from the first sub, so I will fast forward past this to the first frame, and let's see what we got for our HA data for this first one. Alright guys, so we just finished our first exposure. Here's what it looks like. This is hydrogen alpha. This is a 600 second or 10-minute exposure. And I have a full moon tonight pretty much, and it's just rising. So that data looks pretty good. Pretty excited. So I'm gonna let this run. I'm gonna get what data I can before the flip, do my flip, and then do my remaining subs up until about 4:30 or 5 o'clock. So yeah, this is the first night, and looks pretty good so far. Alright guys, so we're back. This is night 2. I just started off my imaging session, got everything aligned, guided, and all that good stuff, everything framed up again. And here's my guiding right now. Not too bad, it's looking pretty good. And as far as, and I'm doing sulfur today, so S2. So guiding looks pretty good, and we've got a sub getting ready to, the first sub's getting ready to pop out in 30 seconds. So let's wait for that sub. So I don't see anything. It would be right up here in this area, and this is a 10-minute exposure, so I don't see a whole lot of anything for S2, but maybe there's not any or not much, so we're just gonna let this run. Hopefully I'll be able to image until about 3:30, but I think I have clouds rolling in about 1 or 2, so hopefully they won't get in the way of my imaging. I can see a little bit of S2 right here, just a little bit, barely. All right. Well, this is night 2. All right, guys. Next update will be night 3. Hey, guys. So this is night 3 of shooting the Wizard Nebula. So tonight I'm hoping to capture O3. The moon is still 88% illuminated, so probably going to have to deal with that since I am shooting O3. In addition to that, I've got some pretty hazy skies and clouds popping up here and there. So if you're looking at my guiding right now, you can see I must have a cloud in the area of where I'm guiding right now. But this is my guiding at the moment, and I've already taken like 3 or 4 subs, 10 minutes each of O3. So let's look at my framing again. So here's Stellarium, and roughly right there is my framing. So here's the Wizard Nebula, so I'll have all this open space here. So that should be pretty interesting. And as far as subs go, so I am on taking my 3rd one right now, but as you can see, there is some O3. I don't know if you can see it or not in YouTube, but there is some O3 nebulosity right around here. So yeah, we'll let this run till about 2 o'clock or 2:30. I don't think I'm gonna get all the exposures that I want to get tonight. I'm probably gonna have to image 4th night, but this is what I've got so far, and we'll just let this run and see what we get at the end. Alright guys, thanks for watching. So just an update. So last night's O3 session did not go well at all. About 40 minutes in, I had clouds roll in, and they weren't like thick clouds, but it was just enough to mess up guiding and cause a bunch of havoc. So I shut down, and it's the next day, so I am going to attempt to shoot my O3 tonight. We're still running an 80% moon. It's not up yet, but I think it'll probably be up in the next couple hours. So yeah, let's go ahead, and before we do this, let's go ahead and look at the forecast for tonight. So Beta Scorpii, which is my home observatory here at my house. So for right now, you know, it's showing clear all the way up until, well, it's clear all through the night. And then we've got above average transparency, and then about midnight, 11 o'clock, it gets really nice, and then my seeing is average. So, and then probably around 9 o'clock is when the moon starts to come up. So I mean, it's not great, but it is what it is, and we'll just do with what we have. So here's my custom coordinates for the Wizard Nebula. So we're gonna go ahead and slew over there.
Cooling finished.
And let's check the. So we're slewing over there right now. I've already checked my focus. Focus is good. So we are slewed in. So now we're going to
exposure started.
So now we're going to plate solve.
Exposure finished.
So we're a little bit off. So it's going to make the corrections. The mount's going to make the corrections and re-image again.
Exposure started.
Taking another shot.
Exposure finished.
Alright, so it's going to check that one. Still a little off.
Exposure started. Exposure finished. Go to plus finished.
Alright, so we are solved our plate solving, so now I'm going to sync it. So what that does is syncs it to Stellarium. So now if we go and look at Stellarium here, we'll see that there's where the mount is centered. The wizard is here, just like I've had it the last 2 nights. Looks like PhD has started guiding, so we'll give it a second to we'll give everything a second to kind of normalize, and once that happens, we'll start exposures. So I will pause here until we get our first exposures. Alright guys, real quick update. So guiding looks horrible. It's windy out, but I'm in my observatory, so I'm not quite sure what's going on. I might be getting wind coming in from the inside of the inside of the dome part, because the wind's kind of blowing kind of weird. As far as subs go, here's my first sub. You can see the wizard's right up here. It doesn't look too bad. Guiding wasn't great on this sub, so everything still looks in focus. So we're just gonna let it run all night. I'm gonna do a meridian flip around 9 o'clock, so 7 after 9, and then we'll let it run till about 2 or 2:30. Hopefully we'll get as many subs as we can. With O3, I need as many to kind of bring that oxygen out. So there's our update. All right, guys. Catch you in a bit. The intent was to image for 3 nights, but weather caused me to abort on my O3 session, and I had to capture on the following night. Despite this minor setback, I did manage to capture 5 hours of HA, 6 hours and 30 minutes of O3, and 5 hours and 40 minutes of S2. The following are my stacked S2, O3, and HA images, as well as the combined image in the Hubble palette. I wanted to stop and thank everybody that has tuned into my channel. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you all. Clear skies.